we're going to have a look at this rotten board here. So this board here is just rotten, and it's going to keep rotting. So all you have to do here is cut it out. There's no option. If it's rotten, started rotting, it's just going to keep rotting and keep rotting. Cut it out. Simple. You'll know how far you need to cut it out because you smell it. The wood will change. It'll smell like you're burning it with a saw instead of just going straight through it. See the difference? The saw we're actually cutting through it instead of just pushing through it. Always check underneath what you're cutting, because just inside of this joist there's two central heating pipes which run across in there at the top of the joist. So because of the shower tray where it's going to land, the trap's going to land here. Exactly in line with them pipes. So what I'm going to do is cut them off there, I'm going to reroute them round there, bish bash bosh, put the towel round it on wall there, all singing and dancing. So always check what's underneath before you go through with the saw. This is one of my old wood chisels, and what I find is they're lovely. They'll go through all. You can chisel a bit of breeze out, chisel a bit of brick out, chisel a bit of floor out. The only thing you can't chisel with it is wood. But everything else, beautiful. Get rid of the old board, which is rotten. See that? Now you can tell that's good side of wood, that's bad side of wood. This out, I haven't rotted that much out, but it started there, you see. It's got like little pepper holes in it. That's wood rot. It's just going to keep rotting. And it hasn't gone through yet. So that side it's still solid, but if you would have left it, it would have kept going. The only place for them is the skip. And then the teeth of this rad. So when I drain down, I'm going to have to reroute them, go around there, tap back into the bedroom in there, put my rad on wall here. So first thing, I'm going to build my radiator up, then I'm going to put it on wall. And I never worry about decorating because we're plumbers, not decorators. Decorators decorate, plumbers plumb, bathroom people. It's all a circle. So once it's all dry, or customer likes to decorate, that's how they save money. They can decorate a bit of masking tape around the towel rad ends, get behind it with a roller, bish bash bosh, easy. It's only complicated if you make it complicated. That's like anything in life. Building the towel radiator up, what you've got to look at, you look at the rad. The biggest part is at the bottom, the smallest part is at the top. Big part bottom, small part top. I use corner brackets. They're a nice bracket so you don't see it. Beautiful they are. Then for your corner bracket, what you could do with is one of these spanners. Because if you look how thin that is. So see that? Just fits on nicely. Anywhere you want. Beautiful. Then you will need an Allen key with this one. Because they're Allen key. Allen key in there, like so. Tighten it up. They do have a rubber on it. They do have a rubber on it, but I always tape. Even though they've got rubber on, I still put a little bit of tape around it. Because if that snips out the rubber when you tighten it up, bish bash bosh, that has to come off. And you don't want that, do you? So, I would start by putting the tails in. Put a towel or a blanket on the floor. Make sure you don't damage your rod. And then that's it. You don't want the proper wanging it tight because you just split the rubber. Then you defeat the object. Same, we'll repeat what I've just done. You don't see no tape on it. Beautiful. I do it about 10 times. Just to get a little bit of tape on the thread. That's all I do. Because I don't want to solely just rely on that rubber sealing this rod. Now some people don't bother, some people do bother. But what I find is when I go out on call out to rods like this where people's had them in their house after a couple of years, you see them dripping and they're leaking. Put some tape on them, tighten them up nice and gentle like that, you don't have that issue. The bit which goes on the back of the rod, the bit which goes on the front of the rod, and then you've got the caps. So what you need to do, put on a screw through there like that, and then have a look at your radiator, see which side looks best. Because as anything in life, there's always a good side. I always do it two up. And then I don't do all technical, I put my thumb in it and make sure my thumb can fit in it. If it fits in it, that's bang on. And then I'll repeat that. If you're not good with a drill, don't use a drill. Use a screwdriver. Same again. Put my thumb in it. And then you know they're equal gaps. You don't want these brackets all over here. What I do, I see some plumbers putting a bracket in the centre. I hate it. Don't put, there's 4 brackets, put 4 brackets on. 4 brackets on the outside, otherwise you're defeating the object of putting a towel on it and it going down. Because if you put a big dirty bracket in the middle, towel can't fall, can it? That again, not rocket science. What you have to do is watch it, because if you angle that, one of them will angle out. So when you're putting it on, you've got to make sure that it's angled flat. Otherwise you have to undo them all and do them again. Now these, just screw in nice and gently. I don't tape these because they don't get touched. The bottom, you're always touching it, you're tightening it. You're tightening it up with a spanner. Different sections they're tightening up. Same again, don't tighten it too tight, but just tighten up. Not too tight, just tighten off. And there we go. That rad's built up. Now I'm going to position it on the wall. So all I'm going to do, turn it down. Turn it round, get my tape measure. You're measuring it up for a wall. All I do is very simple, just turn them straight. Yeah? Then rec it straight. Just measure that to that. That's 460. Then turn it that way. Get the bottom on. Then turn it that way. Measure the bottom on. That's a metre. So 460 by a metre. And then all I do is measure. Then all I do is measure in 70 mil. Yeah? So the shower is a metre long So I'm going to mark it 1100, which is there. Draw a pencil line. Straight down the wall. Then you want your first measurement of that, which is 460. There is an instruction manual, but trust me, it's easier doing this. Pencil mark now on the wall. Then once we've got both centre marks, lift the radiator up. See how high you want it off the floor? So I think that looks about bang on. Nicely off the floor so the towel don't hang on it. Mark your first one. After you mark your first one, just draw a straight line across it. Straight line across it. That's your first X. First X. Second X. And now the wall, a metre. Draw a pencil mark straight across the wall. Always use your level and you can't go wrong. So now I've got the square of the brackets completely level, bang on, you can't fail. Drill them. I'm going to drill them, form them, and we're going to screw them in. The 7mm bit, bear in mind this is only a little piece wall. Only a little piece wall. Make sure you don't go through it. Last thing you want to be doing. Into next door. So that hole there, that must be on a joint. So what I'm going to do is use my foam adhesive. I'm going to pat the hole out. And do that to all of them. Now the stuff I'm using is the PU 700 Hillbrook Max adhesive. This is actually for sticking wood on, bricks on, anything you want. Really good stuff. Once it's on, don't come off. What I don't want to do is have this plug come out here, because where that drill is, that must be on a seam where the two bricks are together. So if you get that, fill your hole, bang your plug in it. Once that dries after you've screwed it in, it's not going to go nowhere. But I do it with all of them. If you watch all my videos on TikTok, you'll see it on all of them.